Hello chickies, welcome to the Fully Booked Penguin channel. I am Hannah and today we are doing our 5th episode of Writing Nook. Today I'll be talking about my goals, my writing goals specifically for 2025. We are already mid-March, so we have begun our 2025 journey. It's been going. Now I sat down to write all my dot points down and it just kept getting longer. You know, you start a process and you're like, okay, what do I need in order to do that though? And you start dot putting everything and it starts getting longer and longer and you start getting more daunted as it goes on, and you're like, am I ever going to be able to do this? That was me a couple of hours ago. I then baked some chocolate chip muffins and I'm doing okay now. I just needed chocolate in muffin form. But the daunted imposter me did start. She started her nonsense and she'll probably pop up again every minute of every day probably. But for now we're just gonna ignore her. But someone on Instagram just did their 2025 goals. So I feel like I'm not too late to the journey. If they're still doing their Instagram updates, then I'm okay still. I'm in the window. So let's talk writing because I love writing. We'll start off with the overall what I'm going to be actively writing this year, as in my current work in progress and what I want to achieve by the end of the year. And I guess benchmarks I want to hit throughout the time. So dot point 1 I have, which is the most important and the one I really want to hit, if at all possible. And that is to write a chapter a week. I don't do well with word count goals because I will push to try and do that goal and I end up exhausted and crashing. I am a chronic illness girly, so there's certain limitations with my health and energy that some do not have, but I have to be aware of because I do get rather sick. So a chapter a week, which is roughly 3,000 or so words a week. And honestly, I think I can achieve it. In my brain, that seems like really easy to achieve. Sometimes the week gets away with me and it's Friday and I'm like, oh, where did it go? In my brain, I do think it's achievable. And we have 41 weeks to the end of the year, which means I will get 41 chapters done. Which means we should be able to hit my second goal, which is to finish draft 1 of book 2 of the series I'm working on. I've already got 8 chapters done of the first draft, and 41 more will definitely include all of that, but it should be weights, tons and quarters, in which case I'll just do edits or whatever in the other weeks, or work on a different novel. I'm a writer that has planned novels for years into the future, honestly. I think I have solid ideas for at least like 6 novels and then novellas. And they're like solidified ideas. They're like, yes, I am going to write them at some point. And that's not including a whole heap of other ones that I do have ideas for. I just haven't been like, yes, this is going to get written. Anyway, finish draft 1 of book 2. My third point is going to be rough outlines. I want to rough outline the current book, book 2, then book 3, and then some other secret projects, 2 of them. So altogether there would be 4 rough outlines. I don't work well with strict outlines, but I do like to roughly set out what happens throughout the book and maybe what chapters contain what kind of thing. Usually they end up in different chapters than what I've originally set them as, but it helps me stay on track and know what ideas I have at what point. But it doesn't pressure me to fit a box. I'm not a box writer. I can't. A lot of prompts and things that other people find helpful, I do not. And I know there are other writers like that, but you get told a lot as a non-conformist to the very strict plotliners that your method will never work and is a horrible method and will make horrible books. It doesn't. Spoilers, but it doesn't. It might be, I guess, more work at certain points, but their ones will have different kind of work at different points as well. It is what it is. Anyway, moving on, I want a rough outline, just so I know what's going on for, 2 main books and then some side projects as well. And then through all that, I do want to settle down with my main world and do character profiles and country details, just rough information that I've collated from my many ideas and just put them down on paper, because I do find I will think it and I'll think that I wrote it down and I never have. Or all the points get lost in different documents because I have so many, like written in notebooks and then written in digital notebooks, and then already in my database or under character sort of information rather than plot information, country information. So I just want to be more organized with my characters and countries. So they're my writing goals, and really the main ones are a chapter a week and finishing the first draft of book 2. Which brings us to book 1, which I do want to publish, hopefully, Lord willing, by the end of the year. End of 2025, I do want my book out in the world, published. And that's really the daunting part, because there's a lot of steps I still have to take before I am ready to release it to the world. Some are more like publishing things, and other things are more author preparation to publish things. So let's go through them, shall we? Okay, so first thing I have to figure out, well, there's not really a first thing. I can do each of these as I wish, except for some need to be done first before the other stuff. Dot point 1, which could be anywhere in this list. I have to decide on an author name. In the past, I have worked under the name Shadow Summit, which I ran a writing blog kind of thing under Shadow Summit, and it was called Tales of Rilia. So I have like short stories and things on a site that I did back when I was in my early 20s. But I don't necessarily want to grow my writing under that name, Shadow Summit, anymore. And therefore, I have to come up with a new one. I do want to have Hannah, because it's my name, obviously. But I want to have a different, like a pseudonym, pen name, last name. But I haven't even a flying clue what that should be. So I need to figure that out. That's pretty important if I'm going to be publishing books under a name. Another point is I want to create an author website under that new author name. So these two do have to go together. So first come up with the name, then create an author website. And whether I look into the legal / taxing / other things of selling my book through the site as well. If I want more personalized ones, I am thinking of publishing just through, well, Amazon and maybe digitally Kobo. But whether I can do that through my site for more specialized ones that come with extra goodies and stuff. So I want to set up my author stuff first, and then we have to get down to the actual publishing side of my first novel, which I'm not going to tell you the title yet. I will have to get to that. That's part of the process that has to be done. So first things first, I have to research editors. I want to do a proofread. I did see an editor, and I just have to see if I can get the free chapter now and then make my decision and contact her when her books are open, or how that's going to work. So I do have my eye on one, but otherwise if she's sort of not going to be a viable choice, I do have to research into other ones that I can look at. Just for a proofread, like a final look through to make sure everything's nice and neat, and that my perfectionist me is like, okay, I've looked through it, someone else has looked through it, I have to let it go. Then I want to create the map for the world that I am creating the series in. In my head, of course, I know where everything is, but I do want to create a map because maps are cool, okay? Like, sometimes maps get bagged out, but you just need a map. Not all of us are image-based thinkers. I am, but my brother is not. And so I can see why he might want a map to be like, oh, I see what you do. I see where that is, okay? And even as an image-based thinker, I forget. So a map is always good, especially in fantasy series. So I need to create one or get it created, but I think through different tools I can create the map. So that will save some money in that aspect. And then before I go any further, I do want to consult a couple of people. One of them is my cousin. She writes books, and I want to get advice on what I need to do. Like, I know rough things that I need, but I don't know how to go about it. And she has self-published books, so she would know what steps you need to take in order to successfully publish, whereas I do not. One of the disappointing things about my course was, unfortunately, my teacher that was teaching me when I did my publishing course, he did have an accident, so he was out for several months of my year at the course, and therefore we had covering teachers. We didn't get down into the latter end of publishing and what you need for all of that. We got the rough rundown and we knew how to, like, format. We did formatting. but we didn't get how to apply for different things, or like the barcodes and everything else that involves. So that is a disappointing thing, and I have kind of forgotten. That was back in 2017, and I unfortunately went through a very traumatic, stressful years, which does mean that even that year, which was high stress, my brain has deleted a lot of information. Trauma responses and the brain selecting what it should and shouldn't keep. Unfortunately, it has chosen a lot that it should not have, and therefore I forget a lot. I can remember if I'm sort of shown it and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. But if I haven't, I have not a clue. We won't get too psychological right now. We're talking about writing goals, but no, there are some struggles that struggle inside the brain area and the life area. So that adds to the stresses, okay? It's fine. But anyway, I want to reach out to her and ask her a few questions. She does write a different genre, but the business end would be exactly the same. So hopefully she can help me out with the next steps, which include, so after the final proofread of that editor and then my changes and additions, I will look into a formatting program, design, all that sort of thing. I think there is one that I screenshotted the other day, which I will look into, and then I have to do all the formatting and design, and that side of it I love. I do remember bits and pieces from my course, and I had so much fun. I like making things look pretty, and really that's the main thing I'm looking forward to about my book, is making everything pretty. So by the time I'm formatting, obviously I want my author name, I want the sort of different blurbs, acknowledgements, my map, and all that sort of stuff needs to be finalized and ready to put in the right places in the book. And part of that is making the digital formatting and the physical book formatting. And once I have that, I will know spine size and all that in order to get my book cover created. So I do have an artist in mind, but I do have to get quoted for that and see if that's going to be a match after all, and then look for something else if it's not. And then once I've got the cover, it will be one of the final steps, I feel. So then I'll have to upload everything, make sure it's all going to work. Maybe order a few books from Ingram Sparks. Before that, I'll get, of course, your author copies so you can double check whether the printing is correct. And so I'll do that on Amazon and then Ingram Sparks. And then I will have the physical books and I will order some through Ingram. Then the other will be set up all through Amazon. And so then I will have book in hand, ready to launch. And with the launch, I do want to do little book boxes, or if they buy through me, I want to have little freebies. I find freebies to be really cute. I have several fun ideas that I can't wait to implement. And then whether I do some send outs to a few booktubers, like PR boxes or something like that. So whether I send out a few ARCs or PR packages to some booktubers or whatever. But yeah, I have to brainstorm a few ideas for the promotional stuff, which involves our next thing, which is marketing and releasing the series name, the book name, teasing the book cover, and all those fun things, which is honestly the worst part. I do not have confidence in marketing myself. Also, marketing and making posts and everything else is exhausting. It involves so many different factors, and I just do not have the energy for it. But obviously, if I want to sell my book, I do have to do a certain level of like reels and promotion and things like that. I think it's mainly just a topic that I'm not super confident in. I mean, the video that has done best on my channel was a play video, which I joked about becoming a play fan account, and honestly, that is where the views would be. No. And here's the thing, I don't want to be about views. And that's the thing about, I do realize that you need attention in order to sell plenty of your book. Which, am I looking to sell hundreds and millions of copies of my book? That would be really, really nice. But would I prefer just to have people that love my book or interact? Yes. That would be amazing. I just want to interact with my bookish and writing communities, but I'm not good at it. I don't seem to attract them. If they are the bees, I am obviously not the flower they are seeking. But that may just be because I haven't reached the correct audience yet. So let me go through my list. I may have forgotten something here, and this will cover it because I have talked on for a while now. Okay, so writing goals for 2025. Write 1 chapter a week. We have 41 weeks till the end of the year. I want to finish draft 1 of book 2 in the series. I want to rough outline book 2 and 3 of the series, and then some secret squirrel projects. And then I want to continue creating character and country profiles so that I have it all together. I want to decide on an author name. That is probably very important to have. Then I want to create a new author website, maybe ? With selling capabilities. I need to research editors for proofreading, then hire an editor and complete final edits. Then I want to contact my cousin about publishing process, find formatting design method, and format the first book in a digital and physical version. I want to get quotes for cover design, choose an artist, and obtain said cover. Figure out freebies and marketing strategy. All the business stuff like copyright and the unique business number, whatever the book number thing is. Look into Kobo and Amazon stuff that I need. Write a blurb for my book. I do need to write the blurb. I do have rough ones about, but I want to finalize and make a good one. I need to apply all of the above, ready for launch date at the end of the year. I need to look into PR and advanced reader copies or ARCs. I need to write Instagram posts, film promotional videos and reels, which would include like teaser videos for the name and the series and all of that. Oh, and up above I also need to create the series map, which will be another teaser release probably as well, but you know, all those details. So it's a lot. Like the writing side of it is pretty short, like pretty straightforward. It will be a lot of work, but it's not like I'm like, oh, I gotta do. It's just like, here we are, this is my goal. But publishing a book is completely different. It's like I have so many things that I need to do that it's 100% daunting. I don't know what it is with this chair or this area that makes my nose itch, but maybe it's the dust. I don't know. That's flippin' annoying. So I am excited for my year. Well, it's more of a 3/4 year, but my 3/4 of a year, I am excited to accomplish these goals and slowly get things done, mainly for the creative side, less about the business side. If anyone's out there who's just like, I absolutely love marketing, I wish I had your talent because I do not love marketing. It is like the worst thing. It's the most draining, stressful thing about the entire thing of being an online presence. But for now, that wraps up this Writing Nook. Sorry if I blabbed on and didn't make any sense. I tried my best to make sense, but sometimes the sense isn't made. Instead, it's dollars. Oh, I wish it was dollars. Wow. Imagine making dollars as you talk, rather than cents. Anyway, I'm going to leave you all here. If you are also publishing a book or, you know, have gone through the process and have any tips and tricks, please let me know down below. And until next time, peace.
티니 로그 끝.